It's going down. First Sky Omaha. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Time to wake up. Get your body moving.
Man.
Shake it loose, shake it loose. What up, what up? Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? This show is dedicated to you, the chat chimers, the ghost listeners.
Hey.
Yeah. What's happening, y'all? Good morning, good morning. First Sky Omaha Radio, First Sky Omaha in the morning.
In the morning.
Paul Beeee, Buddi3 Da Gawd, Star Trek Rich in the house. Feeling good about Friday, y'all.
Oh, yeah, man.
Feeling good, feeling great. How are you?
Hey.
What's going on? Thanks for joining us on a fresh edition of First Sky Omaha in the morning.
In the morning.
Paul Beeee, Buddi3 Da Gawd, Star Trek Rich on this Friday, June the 3rd,
Man.
2022. I'll be my birthday's tomorrow.
Really? Oh, man.
49 years of age.
Creeping up on that half a century.
Yeah, everybody's like, we're gonna have to have a big party next year.
Man, the big 5-0.
Yeah, man, it's going down. So welcome. Thank you very much. It is June 3rd, so it's the weekend. It's happening. Birthday tomorrow, and then the Martin Family Trio is happening Sunday.
Hey.
So yeah, I'm about to have a good time this weekend. How y'all doing out there?
Man. Did I miss the announcement of the ticket giveaway? Is that still a thing?
That's still a thing. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out we might have to come up with something else. I don't know. Facebook,
oh, dang.
Facebook used to show you who shared the pages and all that, and now they got a whole thing with the business suite. It's a big mess, but we'll figure it out. But yes, there will be some ticket giveaways today for the 5th for the Martin Family Trio. So everybody who's chiming into the chat will have a chance to get down on some of that. But good morning to everybody. First of all, I just want to say hi. Judy Prinzler gives us a good morning. First of all, what's going on? Brianna Full says good morning with some sunshine. Appreciate it.
Hey.
Chelsea says, woo, it's Friday. That's what I feel like. I'm really feeling like
Man.
I'm happy that it's Friday, even though I will work all weekend still, but it still feels good. It feels like a good Friday. I don't know.
Knowing the vibes.
Yeah, man. Wanda Lewis says, good morning. Pops gives us a good morning, one and all. Yes, congratulations, son. Thanks, Pops. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Facebook user says, good morning, everyone. Hope y'all had a positive, productive day. Yeah. Also, hey, good morning, sunshines. What a beautiful day. Have a blessed day. Remember that we made it another day and are here to make a difference in someone's life today. Happy early birthday, honey. Thank you very much. I appreciate y'all. Michelle Moreno, I'm going to have to go over to Friends of First Sky and see who's saying all this.
Yeah, giving us these beautiful positive words.
Very much appreciated. And yes, happy Friday to all of us. Brother Sanchez is in the house, man. Mayor Sanchez, you using your own name this time for once in a long time.
It's been a
He
while.
says, black coffee, fried catfish, shrimp, and grits be calling me, man.
Hey, just calling me.
Just calling me, man. Calling my name. Yeah, black coffee is back. We will talk about that today for sure. I guess they've been back for a couple of days now, so we got to kind of keep up with them, but we will because you know how it is. We got a hey, good morning, sunshines. What a beautiful day. Have a blessed day. Remember that we made it another. Oh, that's who gave it to me. Alicia Strange. What's happening, lady?
Okay.
How you doing?
Hey.
Thank you for all the good wishes and everything. Thank you so much for that. Brooke gives us a morning. Brother Sanchez. Yeah, he already said that. So yeah, man. Michelle Moreno says good morning. Everybody's coming in hot today on Friday.
That's coming in hot. So yeah, let us know how you're feeling. Let us know how your week has been and what you got going on this weekend. Of course, so we try to get in extensive haps every Friday. So if you got some things to go on, feel free to let us know. Drop that into the chat. A lot of people have done a good job of dropping links and events and things on our Friends of First Sky page. So we appreciate that. And if you're not a member of the page, go ahead and check it out. That is where all the conversations and things happens there, and continues beyond the show. So big shout out to all the friends out there. We appreciate you. We love you. We thank you.
That's what's up. Rosalind Coleman gives us a good morning. All what's happening? What's happening, Rosalind? I like to see your last name there now. That's what's going on. Congratulations again. That was the best wedding in years. Had a good time.
Okay.
Good time. Yeah, that's what's going on. Also, who else? Oh, assalamu alaikum, family. We got brother Muhammad in the house over here on Friends of. How you doing, brother?
Alaikum salam, brother.
Salam, peace. And thank you very much for tuning in. Everybody who is on the Facebook page, do us a favor and share the show on your page so that we can get as many people talking today as possible, and get as many people in on these haps, man, so we can get some heads out going out this weekend if possible. So. It's going to be a good weekend. I believe there's going to be a lot going on. It's First Friday. First Friday is happening down in Benson.
It is First Friday. Dang,
it is First Friday. There's also another First Friday event going on now too at Black Coffee. So, and I think it's going to be a good one. Let's talk reentry and second chances. So they're going to have a topic every First Friday now at Black Coffee. So that's what's up. I like to see that. So we'll talk more about that in the haps, of course. And if you guys got haps, get your haps together too, so we can kind of talk about that throughout the show. And then at the end, we'll have an extensive haps and and some ticket giveaways and all that good stuff. So,
man, you excited? Sunday is going down.
I'm very excited, man. And I spoke to Curly yesterday. He's super excited. The seats is filling up. Terrace is in town this afternoon to be flying in. He's already talking about places he wants to go eat, go hang out. So it's going to be a nice time, man. And I ran into I got to give my man Scotty Pigeon some props too. Scotty Pigeon is the DJ that DJ'd over at Tiny House for us when we did that party. I ran into him last night at the Noise opening. The Noise had a ribbon cutting over there on their Harney Street address now. And he was over there spinning. He's gonna be at he said he was gonna be at the tavern Saturday night. So I once again, man, I was just amazed by his skills. And I'm like, every time this guy's spinning somewhere, I'm gonna definitely let people know where he's at, because Scotty Pigeon is the truth.
Yeah, man.
So that's what's going on. But Rosalind said we have First Friday here in Vegas too. Yeah. First Friday is kind of a thing in some of the major cities around. Vegas has a very extensive one though. You can walk for miles around the First Friday situation over there, which we have. So I do miss those very much. So TD Sanders gives us a good morning, gentlemen. How you doing, TD Sanders?
Good
morning to you. Appreciate that. Michelle Moreno says working and hanging out with my boys. That's all this weekend. Sounds good though. Sounds like a good one.
It sounds like a win in my book.
Definitely does. So yeah, man, I appreciate everybody getting up so early this morning with us. And I was talking to Keetran Zyko at Noise last night too. She goes, "That's what I'm surprised about is everybody gets up so early to get up and talk to y'all." So that's the discussion part. We gotta have it like that. So
yeah, man, definitely appreciate y'all, because it's a drag, man. And sometimes for me, it's like, man, and all I gotta do is go downstairs. So man, I appreciate y'all doing what you have to do to join us. Even the ghost listeners out there that's just going to and fro, going about their early morning routine, not really chiming into the chat, just kind of soaking in the conversation. We appreciate y'all. But definitely all the chat chimers, man. The show would not be the same without you. So we appreciate you. We love you. If we do not say it enough. And yeah, man, feel free to let your mind be free, let your voice be heard. Let us know how you're feeling. Let us know what's going on in your world. And of course, if there's anything that we're to discuss and we're missing the point, or we're just not discussing these things, let us know. Drop a link in the chat, say something, and we'll try to address it, because we consider all of y'all our co-hosts. This is definitely a community conversation. This is a platform or forum for us to kind of look at what's going on in the immediate world, in our own backyards, and also across the nation, and try to figure it out, try to make sense of it all.
And you know what? With that said, they have been chiming into the chat, asking us about speaking on this 10 worst neighborhoods article. And every time we say we're going to do it, we run out of time. So I definitely would like to jump into that today, if we can, just to, like I said, the chat chimers have spoken. They want us to discuss this and talk about that article. So we'll be doing that today for sure. What's up, Vicky Young? Vicky Young, this is a good morning with some sunshine. Appreciate it.
Hey, let the sun shine in.
Brooke said, I'm not gonna lie, I'd be laying in bed watching, listening with one eye open, but I'm here.
That's all that matters.
I hear you. Sometimes I'd be here doing the show with one eye open, but I'm
Man.
here. So.
If y'all only knew.
Yeah.
So it's all good. As long as you're here, we appreciate you.
Most def. So what are some of the topics we're going to be talking about today, man? Lots in the news again, for sure.
Oh, yeah, of course. Definitely we'll be getting into this worst neighborhood situation, and there's, no surprise with the results there. But also we do have some good news in the hood, if you will, talking about this new Charles Drew facility that just opened. And man, with the closing of was it Boys Town downtown, the hospital that was down there?
Oh, off of Cummings.
Yeah. With the closing of that hospital and them turning it into an apartment building, it's always nice to see some kind of healthcare facility popping up on the north side because selections are slim, man. So we'll talk about this new teen center that they're calling it. Is supposed to be a unique healthcare center that's recently opened. So we'll talk about that. And then also speaking of the youth, OPS, we've been talking about this. We're going to continue talking about it. They recently announced plans for staffing for the next year. And again, I'm just worried all the way around, man, from parents to students to staff. There's a lot of worry going into the next year. And hopefully this new plan will do something towards addressing it. And there's actually a quote from Cheryl Logan in here. So, yeah, we'll talk about that coming up. And then also our neighbors next door in Iowa, man, what are they doing? What are they doing? Apparently there was a Sioux City football team that was planning to give away a AR-15. Did y'all hear about this? Yeah. We're going to talk about it. And of course, California's reparation task force finally released their first report. We got to talk about that too. Probably spend the bulk of the show talking about that. I can imagine. So, yeah, man, as always, we'll be diving into that and more. If there's anything on your hearts or your minds, feel free to drop that into the chat. Let your mind be free. Let your voice be heard. But without further ado, we're about 15 minutes into the hour. So let's go ahead and get this thing started. Paul B, Buddi3 Da Gawd, Star Trek Rich. Let's go.
Let's do it. Good morning. Once again, you're listening to First Sky Omaha Radio. First Sky Omaha in the morning. Paul B, Buddi3 Da Gawd, Star Trek Rich, all of you, thanks for joining us on this fresh edition of First Sky Omaha in the morning, June 3rd, 2022. We're in June already. Half the year is gone, so we're here, and we only got a couple more weeks before it's time to take a season 3 break. So we'll definitely have some guests on, some things you can be looking forward to, and just chiming into the chat and keep this conversation going for a while. And we'll give you some information on the rap party and everything else that we're going to be putting together for this. So just to let you know that it's happening, it's coming up. But we're here now, and I got a lot more to talk about, and just really appreciate everybody chiming into the chat this morning so that we can do so. If you are on Facebook, please give us the courtesy of sharing the show on your page so we can get as many people talking as possible. Also, if you are on YouTube, I really appreciate that as well. I see Rome's Review says, found my seat. I'm not sure what seat you found, but I appreciate you being over there on YouTube and hanging in there with us, Mayor Sanchez. Appreciate you. Ty Williams gives us a good morning with some sunshine. I appreciate that. And again, it's time to get this show on the road here. So it's 7:15 right now. If you believe in the concept of time and you're keeping track of it, and we'll jump into some conversation. Again, we'll have an extensive haps a little later on today, so get your haps ready, and we'll definitely talk about everything that we're going to do. And for those of you that are waiting on the ticket giveaways, We'll have that about around mid show as well. So stay tuned for the ticket giveaways for the Terrace Martin, the Martin family trio featuring Terrace Martin, Curly Martin, and that'll be happening Sunday at 7 o'clock. Just got word that my man LP is going to open for him as well too.
Man,
So
man,
man, LP is going to be on the ticket, and it's going to be a good show, very good show. So we'll have some ticket giveaways here pretty soon, and everybody else who's already purchased tickets, really appreciate that. I really want to see all of us there before everybody else, man. So I love it. I love that everybody is warming up to this idea of this one-off show. It's a very, very unique situation we got here, that Terrace would come off of some of these festivals and come out here and play with his pops in honor of the Martin family and of their contributions to music, and in honor of Allen's Showcase as well. They're doing it for Allen's Showcase Lounge. So it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one, and we'll give some tickets away mid-show. So stay tuned for that. In the meantime, between time, buddy, what's on your mind?
Well, we'll kick off. Talk about what's good in the hood, what's happening in Omaha, and what we consider North Omaha. Yes, Benson is North Omaha, and Benson has a new healthcare facility. Omaha community leaders recently cut the ribbon on a unique new healthcare center just on Wednesday, and the center is geared towards granting teenagers access to more resources, specifically with health and mental health needs. The facility is located on 59th and Maple, right in the heart of Benson, the Benson Strip, if you will, and will cater to the health needs of those between the ages of 15 and 24. So teens and young adults specifically. The area will contain 6 exam rooms. Additionally, the center has 2 behavioral health offices, a mother's room, and a classroom space. Big shout out to CEO of Charles Drew, Kenny McMorris, who says the center will meet a big need for the community. He says all of the information we've gotten, all of the data we've gotten, we see that this particular zip code 68104 is definitely a zip code, an area, town that has a significant need as it relates to health care. And again, we definitely consider the Benson area as part of North Omaha. Of course, the towers are not too far from there. My grandma's house is not too far from there. So it's definitely nice to see another healthcare facility like this pop up in the community, and I'm kind of interested to see. I will say this is different. It feels different from the Douglas County mental health facility that they're going to build, or even the one that's going to pop up right on the off like 52nd and Hartman,
right?
Kind of off of Sorensen, where they're converting the old church into a mental health care facility. Those feel like just more beds. You know what I mean? More beds, more medication.
Yeah,
I feel like this doesn't sound like more beds. It sounds like some actual programming and resources.
Well, the space is not big enough to admit anybody anyway, so there'll definitely be some resources there. Yeah, we the thing I keep thinking about right there. I live right around the corner. I live right there, so I keep on thinking about like the need that's in the towers, especially. There's a lot of people that live in the. I mean, we have a lot of extensive experience in those areas over there, because the radio tower was on top of that, and we'd be over there all the time back in the day. But there's a lot of people there that don't really drive. They kind of need to be able to just walk across the street like that and get what they need. So it is a great addition. In this on the strip of Benson right now, there's 4 of those like CBD Delta 8 joints that have popped up, and like there's supposed to be another like 5th one that's like a big supermarket style weed store, basically. You know what I'm saying? So like it's good to see a few things. It's good. There's some different stuff happening there. There's an optometrist on the block as well, and there's some help. Then now there's Charles Drew on the block, and it just feels like it's balancing out a little bit. It's not just all fun and games and strip and bars and whatever, but it's also for the people in the neighborhoods that are directly around the whole strip. You can get some resources as well. So I think it's a good thing.
Man, I have to agree. I'm trying to think of the area, and what urgent care clinics or healthcare clinics are in the area. I think you got to go all the way up to 72nd, to Emmanuel.
Yeah, or you can go back the other way towards Midtown.
But to your point, if you live in the tower, either one, is a taxi ride and a bus ride to get there, you know?
Yeah, that's real.
Especially
That's
if
real.
it's a lot of elderly people. A lot of elderly people live in those towers. And to that point, although this area or this location will focus on 15 and 24 years of age, the facility will be available to the entire family. So you know, again, if anyone in the family, if you want to go there for any service and you live in that area, don't feel like because you're not between the ages of 15 and 24 that you know there's not services there for you. It is for the entire family, but it is going to be designed specifically for teens and young adults in mind, which I think is a good thing. Somebody needs, you know, to address, especially with the schools and just everything that's going on with the young people, man. Yeah, this is
Yeah,
good. This is good. I
definitely
would
good
definitely
thing.
like to speak with some of the people that's going to be providing some of the programming, maybe some of the healthcare professionals there, maybe even Brother Kenny McMorris, have him come on.
Yeah, it's been a while since we had Brother McMorris on, so we definitely should reach out to him and talk about it a little bit for sure. Stephen Abraham in the chat. Good morning, brother. He says CDHC is taking the initiative to help the teen and young adults get valuable services. That's what's going on, man. Charles Drew's doing the thing. So I like the fact that he's recognizing they're taking the lead in some of these things as well.
Yeah,
Um,
man.
yeah, that's what's up. Good morning, y'all, to Black Dynamite. What's happening, brother? Black Dynamite. Appreciate you tuning in this morning. We're just talking about the new facility, the Charles Drew, another Charles Drew branch that's going to be right there. Like I think what they said is 59th and Maple. Seems like it's 60th and Maple to me, but it's right there on the corner of if you were coming down like Northwest Radio and then you pass the towers and you make the right there to get into the strip. Then I mean the left. I'm sorry,
Mhm.
you make that left right there to get into the strip. It's right there on the corner, so it's right on the strip.
Actually, I think it is 60th in
Yeah,
Maple
it's
because then it
60th.
used to
Yeah.
be the old St. Vincent Mary spot.
Yes, that's exactly where it was. Yep.
Yeah.
So it is 60th. Yeah, because I mean, I live in Benson Lights. It's on 60th. It's the same street. It's just right across the street. So I don't know where you
Right,
get that
right, right.
59th from, but yeah, 60th and Maple, right on the corner, right in front of Walgreens. So you know you can walk over there and you can get what you need to give. They prescribe you something. Just walk to Walgreens and come on back. So although Walgreens is a whole nother discussion, there is so much. We got to talk about Walgreens
What?
on 60th because there's no other grocery stores or anything around there. So everybody in the tower is over there all the time buying stuff, but everything is like $5 more than it should be.
Oh
And
yeah,
that's
yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Because it's like
Yeah, you don't
convenience
want to
stuff.
grocery shopping at Walgreens.
But if you can't, if you ain't driving, if you're not, you know what I'm saying? Like the convenience of they got me a couple times too, just hopping across the street, man, because you're gonna grab something instead of getting in your car, going all the way to the grocery store. And I'd just be like, I don't know about paying all this, but okay. But every time I'm in there, I see I see families and stuff like that are coming from across the street or down the street that are literally bagging things up and they're using it as a grocery store, so they just getting gouged all the time. But I'm
Hmm.
also happy it's there, like it's just
Man, you don't go to that Baker's on 72nd behind Benson?
when I'm ready to get in the car and go shopping like that, yeah, you know what I'm saying. When I'm ready to, but it's like for me, it's like I'm not gonna go all the way over there for some oat milk. I'm gonna hop across the street because it's over there, and even though it's $3 more than it is at Baker's, I'd rather do that than go shopping. But I'm saying that's me, and that's that's my own issues. That's not
Mhm.
really a problem. But families that are living like in the towers and living all around there, they go there and get gouged all the time.
Yeah,
Like
man.
that's the you know what I'm saying? Like that's
Mhm.
and they have just enough stuff in there to actually like do some actual grocery shopping because they know. Pop says that's like going to 7-Eleven, do your monthly grocery shopping. Right. That's what it's like, except for you can also get your medication there, and it's a Walgreens, so that means they're gonna have cereal, milk, everything. You know what I'm saying?
Right, 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 right.
Uh,
Electronics.
yeah. He said always buy store brands Walgreens and buy store brand stocks Walgreens. Yeah, that helps.
Hmm.
That helps. It definitely helps. The nice brand, but it's still it's supposed to be there for convenience. It's just that it's still the north side, and even though the other side of Maple is a bunch of folks that are economically more well off, that live in houses. Across the other side of the street is the towers and some other lower income apartments and stuff like that,
Yeah, yeah.
and they the ones that got to suffer with that while they're watching cats across the street be okay. So is what it is. Black Dynamite said $7 dozen of eggs. Doggone shame. Yeah, that's what I mean. Stuff
Oh
like
yeah.
that.
Yeah, no, you definitely don't want to do your grocery shopping at Walgreens, man. They're gonna tax you. They're gonna tax you every time. But I definitely, I mean, that's let's be honest. That's why we consider Benson as part of North Omaha, not just its location, but some of the issues that plague the community
Right.
are the same. Man, it's still a food desert because
Definitely.
if you don't have transportation, then you're kind of stuck between what is it, Walmart and Baker's. Those are the only two grocery stores in that area.
Yeah. Yep. You gotta go down to Ames for Walmart and then up to 72nd for Baker's. So yeah, it's tough.
Which is still
It's
a
tough
bus
out there,
ride.
but this thing that we're talking about with Charles Drew, and then being able to have that Walgreens and back to be able to get your prescriptions, definitely is a convenience for people in the neighborhood, especially that can't get around that well. So, I can't say I'm glad it's there. I'm glad it's there, but man,
Yeah. Again, man, we definitely love to talk to Brother Kenny McMorris or somebody from Charles Drew to get a little bit more information on some of the programs, some of the services being offered, especially how they plan to focus on again the age group of 15 to 24.
yeah, for sure.
But switching gears, man, let's go ahead and dive into
Mhm,
this Omaha Public Schools announcement because this is
mhm.
something that we've been looking out for, and the resignations have begun, man. And they've actually already. This is actually a official report or statement from OPS on their website. And at April 2022, at the Board of Education workshop, Omaha Public Schools announced that certified staff resignations had already reached the previous school year's total. So as of May 19th, 2022. Numbers were 497 resignations and 97 retirements. And at the public meeting, district staff also outlined many recruitment and staff pipeline initiatives. So they are working to fill some of those vacancies. And Omaha Public Schools did announce that in 22-23, the school year, they will continue to hire for all open positions. District and school leaders also need to build schedules based on the staff who are currently committed. They have 22-23 staffing plan to anticipate approximately 230 different positions will remain unfilled across the district in August. Again, another 230 positions will remain unfilled in August. As we are able to hire qualified staff, that number may adjust through the summer. But recognizing the greater demands on current staff during this time, the OPS Board of Education will consider an amendment to its elementary and secondary school emergency relief fund plan. The proposal will provide eligible staff with a one-time stipend in both the 2023-2024 school years. Once this investment is board approved, district leaders will engage bargaining units. So looks like they're going to be in agreement or negotiations, with teachers. But is this enough, man? Is a stipend going to be enough? Again, I would definitely love to hear from some people who I think a couple people are going to school to be teachers. I think Brooke might be one.
Yeah. It don't sound. I mean, it don't feel like enough for me, but I'm not a teacher, so I would definitely like to hear from teachers on this. But
Yeah.
a stipend sounds like a one-time, bonus payment. That doesn't really do. What does that do for your time frame? What does that do for a lot? I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Um,
in this, board president Shavana Holman says while these challenges impact every school, every professional field, our work at OPS is too important. We are resolute in delivering high quality in-person learning for students we serve. So, um, we'll see, man. We'll see.
yeah. In the chat, Brianna Full says, "I think it's interesting. The district just assumes that teachers' bargaining unit is going to accept the deal."
Hmm.
Brooks says, "So are they going to double up classrooms or what?" I mean, that's kind of my question is, yeah, or is it gonna, are the working conditions going to still be bad with your stipend? She says, "Are teachers going to have to teach larger classrooms?"
Well, according to this, it says depending on the school, grade, and subject, some class sizes will remain the same. Others may see an increase of 2 to 5 students from an average enrollment. We know some classes like high school music have always been larger, while specialized classes are not. We have worked as a district to limit the size of primary classes, understanding unique needs across our many elementary schools. as we address these district-wide needs, TAC staff will continue to visit schools to substitute teach and support lunch or office duties as they did this school year. So it's going to be more of the same, man. More of the same, more people teaching things that they kind of don't really have an expertise in.
Right. Black Dynamite says, do y'all think that with such a shortage they'll turn to Zoom school again? That's a good question.
No.
It won't go back to that. Huh?
No, I don't think so, because teachers had trouble with that. Definitely teaching in person and Zoom, and then you're talking about they're already going to be teaching till classes extended or increased in size.
Yeah,
and now they got to juggle that and Zoom teaching, and it's.
It's funny because that article's up there, and then there was another article that I remember reading this morning. OPS celebrates grand opening of Buena Vista High School.
Yeah,
so
they opened 2 new high schools.
While this is going on, Buena Vista High School is just opened. It says the district unveiled the new high school at 60th and L, and another ribbon cutting. A lot of ribbon cuttings going on this week. 285,000 square foot building that sits on 40 acres. It was a $90.4 million construction project. So it says OPS school board accepted a certificate of completion at its May 16 meeting. So while we're sitting here talking about, the teacher shortage, what they're going to do, there's still kind of a need for them to make the classes smaller and, spread people out. Brianna Full says, I was at the opening yesterday. It was a very nice school. Don't know how they're going to staff it exactly, but.
Well, quite ironically, they're taking staff from other schools. Like the basketball coach from Central. He's going to be the new athletic director there.
Okay. Seems like chaos to me. I don't know. Seems like the OPS seems like chaos. Did I miss, when I was looking at this article, did I miss you reading Cheryl Logan's quote? Did you say what she said?
Well, no. That was the quote actually from Shavonna Holman. Her and Dr. Cheryl Logan kind of were both quoted with that.
Okay. Yeah. Brooke in the chat says, all I see is teachers getting stretched even more thinly than they already have. That's how I'm feeling like it. Roslyn Coleman says, just digging themselves in deeper. That's what it feels like to me, man. If the solution is a stipend, which, generally a stipend is a one-time payment, one-time offset. Great, you got some more money, but the working conditions are all still the same. And, it seems like they should put that money towards upping the pay across the board and hiring more teachers or something. I don't know. I mean, I'm not in the mix, so I don't know what the challenges all the way are. But it seems like to me, if you're going to throw money at the problem, I don't know if a stipend is the thing. I don't know. Seems like teachers are working hard enough already.
And I think pay is just one of the many issues that many reasons that teachers are leaving the job.
I mean, every teacher that I hear it's not just the pay. Like, it's not like if they got more, then they would probably stay. Teachers they feel like it's just a little bit of a calling, but the circumstances are so bad, so hard to do what they want to do the job.
I'm wondering. My question is, how bad does this have to get before schools are in jeopardy of closing?
It feels like they're on the fast track for that, because if you got teachers leaving, you got new schools being built at the same time. Like, they know something we don't know, most likely. Brianna Full says the stipend is only temporary. We have to work in the meantime to find something more permanent. Yeah.
Man. Got your work cut out, Brianna.
When she puts it like that, I guess I'm glad they're getting something right now. Getting some help.
Yeah, and they will be getting it 2 years in a row. It's the 23 school year and 24 school year. But again, that's just a one-time payment.
Interesting.
It is
7:35 right now. If you believe in the concept of time, like Buddy just said, Brianna, you got your work cut out for you, for real.
Man.
Yeah, the whole board does for sure. Rosalind Coleman says teachers having to come out of their own pocket for supplies and other things in some cases. That's what I'm saying.
And that's just the tip of the iceberg.
But like I said, every teacher that I've ever talked to that was talking about leaving, because remember when the pandemic, we were in the middle of the pandemic. I talked to several teachers that were on the low saying they want to leave. They didn't want to say that out loud because they didn't want to, in fear of losing their job. But that's what they were saying. They were just like, it's too hard to do this. Classrooms are too big. This like you were saying earlier, the situation where they're doing the Zoom stuff was too tough. They weren't really caring too much about teachers being exposed, so they would have to be in the classroom being exposed to other people who might have had COVID. The circumstances is what was keeping people, and then on the cherry on top, of course, is, and then of course you ain't never get enough pay for any of this work.
Right.
But it didn't sound to me like pay was the reason why they were trying to move things around. Brianna Full says, I'm already starting to work to see how we're going to fix these schools. I heard that. Mayor Sanchez says a stipend has to be at least $2,000 to equal $1 an hour raise based on a 40-hour week.
Okay. I didn't know there's a whole formula.
I don't know. Is that an actual formula? Is that something that you have come up with, Mayor Sanchez? Because I know that you have great ideas that way. The mayor. That's right. He's figured that out. He might have figured that one out. So let us know. But yeah, 2,000. I mean, even when I'm thinking about a stipend of $2,000, how long is that going to last?
Yeah, I mean, we got the stimmy. We see that's helps out for a month or so.
Yeah, I don't know, Rosalind, if it would be that much. I'm not sure. Yeah, that's Mayor Sanchez's equation there. But I like that you broke it down.
It makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. So don't sound like enough. That's what I'm saying. Don't sound nearly enough. So anyway, we'll definitely keep our eye on it. We probably need to talk to somebody we've been talking about the school issues all season. So we probably should see if we can get Dr. Cheryl Logan on, put some respect on her name on before we get out of this season to see what she has to say about some things. So yeah, we'll reach out in the next couple of weeks here to see if we can see what we can say on that one. Yeah. Wanda Lewis says, being that they are raising property taxes, you would think some of that money would be calculated into OPS to create additional options. I thought it is. Isn't that where money isn't that where the money comes from, is property taxes in the neighborhoods? Again, I don't know if money is the whole problem.
Yeah. And also on the property taxes thing, if I'm not mistaken, isn't TIF kind of putting a damper on that too?
Ooh. Yeah. Because if they can offset paying taxes for years,
15 to 20, possibly even 25, I think, if that was extended to.
Sheesh. Pop says also a stipend by definition is nominal sum, so not very much money.
No.
But again, I don't know if money is the whole problem here. So
no, it's not. It's compound issues.
Most def. Let's take a quick break and we'll come on back and jump into some other subjects here. Thank you everybody for tuning in and for chiming into the chat on these things. You're listening to First Sky Omaha Radio. First Sky Omaha in the morning. Paul B, Buddi3 Da Gawd, Star Trek Rich. We'll be right back. Stay tuned, y'all. 7:40. If you believe in the concept of time, First Sky Omaha Radio, First Sky Omaha in the morning.
In the morning.
Paul B, Buddi3 Da Gawd, Star Trek Rich. Shout out to the 630 crew if you're still on and listening on the radio channel. Let us know how the mix was today, and thanks for tuning in. For those of you who don't know, you can go to firstskyOmaha.com, hit the listen button, and 24/7, man. It's a celebration of black music on that channel, so go check it out. And then, of course, if you happen to not be on social media and you just want to hear the show, you can go there 7 to 9, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and check it out as well. That's firstskyOmaha.com. Hit the listen button. Check it out over there. It's good stuff. We're back and talking a little bit about the situation with OPS. We have reported in the past that there was a big exodus of teachers walking out, and it's already begun. So OPS just was chimed up and started talking about some of the strategies that they are putting in place in order to circumvent some of that stuff while new schools are being built, and so on and so forth. So thanks for everybody who has contributed to that. Thanks especially to Brianna Full, who's now on the school board, OPS school board, and is already working to try to solve some of these problems. And that's what we like around here, is solutions to the problem. So welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're on Facebook, please do us a favor and share the show. Really appreciate you doing that so that we can get as many people talking as we can. Happy Friday. It is June the 3rd. And have you been sharing the Martin Family Trio event page? If you have, let me know, because we're going to be giving away a couple tickets here. And just hit me on the inbox as well and let me know if you've done that. So I can give some tickets away. Got a couple tickets to give away for Sunday's show. That's 7 o'clock. Martin Family Trio. Terrace is in town. Could be playing with Curly, and they got a special guest on a Hammond B3 organ with foot pedals and a Leslie. And if those of you who are musicians know what that's about, then you'll see what's happening there. So it's going down. It's going to be some real music, some good stuff, some live, activity going on there at the Benson Theater. 7 o'clock on Sunday. It's a Sunday night show. So definitely come and check it out. If you haven't won the tickets here, I will encourage you to come to it and check it out again. So, it's a one-off, one night only. It's going down. So Terrace is in town. He's off on some concert tours right now, and took the time to come out to Omaha and bless the stage. So it's going down. Yep. Jumping back into the chat, Brianna says, I'm not on the school board yet. Yeah, y'all still got to vote for me in November. That's right. You starting to work, but you're not on the board yet, but you're starting to work. And we are hoping that you will be there. And we're already thinking in terms of you're there. So, that's what it is.
Got to speak it in existence.
There you go. Brooks says, the problem is lack of respect for the teaching profession. Can't capitalize on teaching, so it is not respected here in this country. It's all about the money out here. Woo.
That's true.
That's coming from somebody in school right now studying to be a teacher too. So seeing it firsthand, what's really going on. Brianna Full says Hammond B3s are my favorite. Really?
Okay.
That's what's up. Okay. That's what's up. Black Dynamite says, yeah, you can play an organ if you can rock the foot pedals. Right. That's right. So you see, y'all know we got some people out there that know what's up.
Some heads.
Terrace and Curly ain't even told me who they bringing yet. It's a surprise to me even. But all they did say was, we'll just say this. Go ahead and make sure you order that Hammond B3 with the foot pedals and the Leslie speaker. I was like, okay. Not a whole lot of people can play that, so I'm anxious to see it myself.
I'm missing the show, man. Looking forward to it. Hearing how it goes.
7:44 right now. If you believe in the concept of time, buddy, what else is on your mind? What are we gonna jump into before we get to
well, let's go ahead and dive into this conversation about what they're calling the worst neighborhood in Omaha. This apparently comes from a platform that I've never heard of called Home Snacks. Home Snacks combines recent data from the census, FBI, OpenStreetMaps, and dozens of other sources into what they call bite-sized studies to help you understand what it's like to live in different communities across the country. And lo and behold, they recently released a bite-sized study, as they call it, of the 10 worst neighborhoods in Omaha, and no surprise, North Omaha ranked first. Apparently they use census data. It says, according to the most recent census data, North Omaha looks to be the worst neighborhood in Omaha. I'll read on to see how we determine the places around Omaha that need a pick-me-up. And remember, don't blame the messenger. So again, they broke it down in population, median home value, median income, and they have more data. I'm gonna have to look through that, but the median home value is 105,000, which is apparently the third worst, and then the median income is $47,793 in that area.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of really all they have. They're breaking it down by population density, median home, median income, unemployment rate, which they don't have, and the crime rate, which they don't have.
We give everybody a chance to kind of look at that article. Friends of Sky Omaha. Brooke looks like she read it. She says, "I saw that article. It was dumb." So, so yeah, I don't know. We had some chat chimers that definitely wanted us to discuss this. I mean, right on the
Did
surface,
you check it out?
I did. I mean, I didn't glean much from it either. Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I guess when I first started reading it and it talked about how North Omaha was number one as worst, then I already kind of had I don't know, I had an attitude about the rest of the way that I was reading it. I guess I'm not sure. So
Yeah, I mean, it is kind of interesting because number 2 on the list is the old market.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I remember. Yeah. Yeah, man, I'm not real sure. I mean, I tend to tell people that the reason why we started doing this in the first place is because of stuff like this, like reports like this that want to try to paint North Omaha a certain way or South Omaha a certain way. And even some of this data that they're talking about right now, like why does that make if the houses and medium house prices are 100,000 and medium income is 42,000, how is that make it the worst anything? I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Is it in comparison to the other areas? I'm not sure. I think this is the reason why I didn't really get back to this article, because I feel like it's all it really can do is spark conversation about how North Omaha in particular is perceived.
Yeah.
By the outside world and everybody outside of the east side. And really that's kind of it. Like Dynamite says, the old market, the only thing wrong with the old market is that it's all expensive. Christy Norris says, where is the article? It's been posted in Friends of First Sky Omaha. And there you go. Star Trek Rich just posted it for you right there in the chat. Definitely take a look at it, see what you think. Maybe we can come back to discuss it again later or something. I'm not really sure what to say about this.
Well, I'm looking through like the top 10, and what's jumping out to me is the jobs. They have a jobs rating, and most of the areas have a 1 out of 10 jobs rating, which kind of makes my mind go back to LB 1024, and you know, some of the things that and this is all basically all the east side, the whole east side, North Omaha, Benson, South Omaha, Southeast, Old Market. Like, this is all the east side. Right. And the glaring similarity between all of these areas is the lack of jobs, which is very it's very telling and interesting to think about.
I think Sean McCarthy just hit it on the head. He said it's almost like clickbait piece and not anything insightful.
Pretty much. But again, this is what the chat chimers want to talk about.
I mean, like I said, on the subject, I mean, this touches exactly why we even doing this show in the first place is because of reports like this. So on that level, getting back to that conversation about how the north side, how the east side is perceived, and I would say that there is a lack of industry. Not a lack of, but there's less industry in these areas than there is in other parts of the city. A lot of people drive west to go work.
Yep.
And we always are talking about bringing economic development to these areas as well. So nothing we didn't know, nothing we're not already trying to solve.
Yeah.
Brooke says, if those are the worst, what is the best? Because those are basically all the neighborhoods in town.
Dundee is the best that they have. Yeah. They broke it down to 24. It's like Fair Acres, Dundee. I think I saw Ralston or something.
Yeah, where Warren Buffett lives,
Right.
Dundee area and stuff like that. And Dundee is funny. Dundee is real funny because it's like butted right up against
Benson.
Benson, Blackstone, and it's almost like you can almost and then like from where I'm from, like from the north side, then you drive through these areas to get to like UNO. So UNO's it's butt up against UNO too. So it's really interesting how the streets change almost by street out here, which is weird. Ricketts lives in Dundee too. Brianna Full said. Shake my head. All the old money, the grand old money.
Well, I want to not necessarily juxtapose, but compare this here clickbaity poll to this reparations article and this report that they just released. Again, for those of you who might not be familiar, there's the state of California has an official reparations task force that's through the state's civil rights department. And they recently released their report and their findings of 150 years. They're saying of intentional moral and legal wrongs the American and Californian governments have inflicted upon their own Black citizens and residents. And I think just polls like this, which again are based on just census data, which these task force and these reports are using, it paints a picture. Like the numbers don't lie, as they say. And this whole conversation around reparations is going to heat up, is going to continue. And polls like this again paint the picture. Look at what are the worst places to live: North Omaha, Southeast Omaha, South Omaha, Florence, Benson.
Yeah, they have to get all this information from whatever studies they got to get it from.
Right. But it's painting the picture that we already know because we lived the experience. But and this specific poll that we're talking about is definitely clickbaity, but there's some truth to it. There is a picture to be gleaned from this, and now there's official statements and official recognition of this starting to come out again. There's actually going to be next year a full report from this task force out in California on how they recommend reparations to be distributed and to be handled, and I'm definitely looking forward to that. But this new report that they just released Wednesday is very telling. Again, it breaks down and details 150 years of active, conscious federal, state, and local government action and neglect of duty, which has, they say, resulted in compound harms that are unique to Black Americans. I would also like to bring up the Douglas County recognition of racism as a health disparity or health emergency or crisis, or forget the actual term that they used. But I bring in all these bits and pieces to paint the full picture of the conversation that's been had nationally. And it's going to heat up. It's going to heat up.
Yeah. And
I feel like the time of reckoning is possibly coming.
You hear that? I'm excited. You know me, I'm just like, hey man, come on. Yeah, drop the mic on that. I'm pretty excited that the California is leading the charge on this. But you got me bringing some good points, man. I'm really kind of thinking about just studies in general, and how biased studies can be, how incomplete studies can be. You know, they gotta go from somewhere, but they got to come from somewhere. But a lot of times the people that are living in the experience that these studies are about are always saying, nah, that study don't seem quite right. You know, like they're obviously not getting all the data. And if they have to, if that's what they're going off of, then that could be a problem. Could be a problem. Brother Mayor Sanchez in the chat says he's over on YouTube. He says could be the property owner from Ohio that is trying to paint a picture to keep property values in North Omaha down so they can continue to buy low.
That's possible too.
That's a very creative thinking there. But you're absolutely right. Especially clickbaity stuff like that, or just articles that get out there in the public eye. And where does it come from? Follow the money on those things. Where you're absolutely right, Mayor Sanchez. Where does that stuff kind of come from? Because you can use studies to the advantage of swaying something one way or another.
Oh yeah, all the time. all the time.
Chrissy Norris says, who did the study and why? You always have to ask that.
Yeah,
It's
this
real.
is again a poll created by Home Snacks.
Yeah, that don't even sound legit to me right there. Like home snack. I got,
Yeah.
I'm trying to get rid of the home snacks.
Yeah. Well, on that note,
on that note, 7:55 right now. If you believe in the
750.
concept of 7:55, and if you believe in the concept of time, thanks for joining us and thanks for chiming into the chat on all these subjects. I'm going to go ahead and start the process here. If you have been sharing the show or sharing the page, the event page, the Martin Family Trio page for the Sunday night show, let me know. If you want 2 tickets, I'm going to give away 2 tickets here at the top of the hour. And again, I'm going to throw my thing in there too. If you're planning on going, if you're absolutely planning on going, let me know, and I will get you some tickets for the first people that hit me in the DMs on that one. And of course, you have had to share the page as well in order to get as many people there as we can. So please do that. And when we come back at the top of the hour, I'll go ahead and give away 2 tickets to whoever hits me in there first and lets me know what's happening on that. If you're planning on going, though, if not, let's save them for people who are actually going to go.
Man.
So we can make sure that the Martin family has a full house and of people that really want to get down. So that's what's up. Wanda Lewis says they included the old market in their study as well. That does kind of strike me as interesting. Right. Of course, not a whole lot of jobs in the old market.
Nope.
Not a whole lot of affordable housing in the old market either. A lot of industry folks work in the old market, aren't making that much money. So business owners are making a grip, but homeowners in North Omaha are making a grip. So Brooke says, wasn't Exarban in there? I didn't see. Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, they have it's like a top 10 of the worst, but they have a full breakdown of 24 different areas. I mean, there's Ralston, Dundee, Fair Acres, West Side. It's all over there.
That's what's up. Brianna Full says, I'm definitely trying to go and hear that Hammond B3. That's what's up. I think Pop said something about it earlier too. Where was that at? I missed his comment. Pops, put your comment back in there if you would. You said something about the organ and the sound and what you liked about it. Yeah, I can't find it. But anyway, yeah, thank you very much for that. We'll definitely hook you up on that. Just hit me up. So she said Hammond B3 is her favorite. That's what I'm talking about. I like when people know what that's about. 7:58 right now, coming up on the 8 o'clock hour. We got a whole nother hour to talk about some issues. What are some of the things that are coming up that we're going to talk about in the next hour, buddy? Maybe we can give people a little. Oh, there it is. Pop says, "Man, I love the sound of a Leslie speaker. It's a whole different vibe." Yeah, it's a speaker that's inside of a box that spins around, and it goes right along with the Hammond B3. There's no sound like it. I can't even really explain what it sounds like, but if you can imagine, there's a speaker in a box. It spins around, and so when it hits you, it gives this wavy feeling. It's pretty awesome. Yeah,
that's wild. But to answer your question, in the second hour, we do have some news coming out about the. We kind of touched on the OPS staffing issues, but now the correctional staffing issue has been addressed. Again, if you remember, the Nebraska corrections whole department, like all of the correction facilities, have been overcrowded and understaffed now for going on 2 years, and it seems like some of the efforts that they put in last year are finally paying off in regards to staffing. Now, not much is being said in regards to letting some of the inmates go and the overcrowding, but that's a whole nother conversation. So we'll definitely be diving into that. I also wanted to dive more into this whole reparations conversation and what to expect, what the report actually is saying, and what are some things that might come out of this report. Again, the whole conversation surrounding CRT, reparations, and racial reckoning, especially us being just a couple weeks away from Juneteenth. We definitely should look more into this and be aware of the conversations that's being had. Again, I try to lay down all of the pieces. These are all a part of what's going on right now as far as the American public trying to come to terms with its racial past. So we'll definitely talk about that a little more. And then also, how insensitive can you get, man? We definitely have to hop into this whole AR-15 giveaway at a Sioux City football game. Yeah, that happened. So yeah, we'll dive into that and more as always. If there's anything that we're not talking about, anything on your hearts, your minds out there, any stories that you might have heard of, either nationally or in the community locally, that you like to discuss and get more information on, if we can peel some information out, we would like to. So again, drop that in the chat. Let your mind be free. Let your voice be heard. You're still tuned in to First Sky Omaha in the morning, officially in the second hour. Don't touch that down.
There you go. Take a quick break. First Sky Omaha in the morning.
In the morning.
Paul B, Buddi3 Da Gawd, Star Trek Rich, all of you. Mayor Sanchez, you nasty. It's a family show. Be good, be good. We'll be right back, y'all. Stay tuned. Welcome back. First Sky Omaha Radio, First Sky Omaha in the morning. Paul B, Buddi3 Da Gawd, Star Trek Rich. You're now in the second hour of the show, so thank you for sticking with us. We just did a rundown of some of the things we're going to talk about here. And if anything is on your mind that you want to talk about, please let us know. And this is a group discussion. This is what we call group storytelling. So we really want to thank you for being here and chiming into the chat. But we also want to thank all the ghost listeners as well. Really appreciate that. In the chat right now, they're talking a little bit about that Hammond B3 sound. Brianna Full says it sounds like church. That's what's up. Pop says there is no sound like it in the world. It has an ethereal, angelic kind of sound and vibe to me. It's on a whole different level sound-wise. Talking about that Leslie speaker. Sarah Dappin in the house. What's happening? She says, I wonder if the special guest is Booker T. I helped deliver a B3 and Leslie to him a few years ago. I wish I knew. They even kept it for me too. So we'll see. I mean, there's no telling. Terrace Martin has worked with everybody. I don't know if everybody in our listening sphere knows who he is, but this cat has been working with everybody from Snoop Dogg to Kendrick Lamar. He's been on tour with Herbie Hancock, produced Herbie Hancock albums. He's a producer. He's a multi-instrumentalist. He's been doing things in a huge way. He's got a new album out called Drones. He's touring with Robert Glasper, with Erykah Badu. He's, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, he's all over the place and doing and behind some of the biggest things that's been happening lately. So it could be anybody with that cat. This is the Martin family trio. Curly Martin is is the father, is the patriarch here, and he has a certain style as well. So I know his son is in town to play with him. I have a feeling there's going to be somebody that Curly's played with before, but we'll see. We'll definitely see. So I got 2 tickets. I did get some people on the inbox here during the show. So I got 2 tickets that I'm going to give away to the ones that hit me up. So I appreciate that. Thank you very much for that. We still got a couple more tickets after we really kind of see like everybody who has been sharing the event page. And I'll go ahead and we'll do a couple more tickets for that once we get that once we wrap that up, figure that out as well. So I'll hit whoever wins that. I'll hit you up after the show on that and give 2 more tickets out for that. I'd love to see some butts in seats on that Sunday night show for the fellas. So appreciate that. Yeah, I'm really interested to see who this is too. I'm really anxious to see. I've been trying to get it out of them, but they're just like, we ain't gonna say quite yet. I said, all right. It's a tactic. I don't know. We'll see what's happening. But I know they're gonna bring it. And to me, the highlight is anytime I get to see Terrace do his thing, man, especially with his pops and Curly. Curly's my drum mentor for sure, man. He's like the teacher out here for sure.
Stays on it.
And and by his own right, he's played with everybody and been on so many records. It's ridiculous.
Man, two legends. Like, this is gonna be a treat. And then you got LP opening up, man. I mean, from top to bottom, it's gonna be a hell of a show. Definitely.
It is. This is it. If you do not win the tickets, I still highly encourage you to come check this out. This is a very, very rare event that's happening. Terrace is on the Blue Note festival tour right now. He's taking some time off and jumping out here in order to play with his pops and to play for us here in Omaha and grace the stage for some real live music here at the Benson Theater in honor of Allen Showcase Lounge. Man, these cats wanted me to put that out there, that they played at the Allen Showcase Lounge back in the day, and they're like, we only messing with you in the Benson Theater. You know what I'm saying? The Hi-Fi House. You know what I'm saying? Like, they only got a couple folks that they mess with out here, and so we're very honored to have them here and to go through it. So 2 more tickets I'm going to give away and a little later on after the show, and then hopefully everybody else will still want to come through and check this show out Sunday at 7. Can't stress it enough. It's one of those ones, man. You know, First Sky Omaha is going to back a major artist coming out at least once a year. That's our plan. This is the first one. This is the first one for us. So let's come on through. Let's see what's happening. Oh, yeah. Brooke says, I wanted to be Robert Glasper, but I see he's in Cuba living his best life with his belly out.
I did see that picture. I did see that picture, man.
Right near the beach, man. Right near the beach. Man. That's right. Michelle Moreno says, I want to go. Hey, that's what I'm saying. Come on through. Share the show and go to the group, the Facebook page and share that show. And as many times you share the show, as many times your name is in the hat. And we'll pull that after the show and give 2 more tickets out. Tickets are $35, Mayor Sanchez. So definitely check that out if you can. Kimra Snipes gives us a good morning. What's happening? Good morning to you. We also got a good morning from someone in the Friends of First Sky Omaha page. I'll go over there and see who that is real quick. And appreciate everybody that's getting up and checking us out. Let's see who said that. Oh, Christy Norris said good morning. Good morning to you as well. Thank you very much.
Good morning.
Yeah, so thanks for everybody that's chimed in, man. All the Ghost listeners, everyone, all the time. We're going to continue to talk about some of these subjects that we got out and get your haps together. We'll have an extensive haps a little later on in the show as well, so stay tuned for that. And in the meantime, between time, Buddy, where do you want to go next?
Actually, I looked up a couple more articles and it reminded me definitely with Kimra, Sister Snipes, and definitely good morning, welcome. I know you were in attendance, but was anyone else in attendance at the Knox Creek question meeting that they had with again community members addressing the Knox Creek fire? Just kind of interested if you want to drop your reactions in the chat. Did if you were in attendance, did your question get answered? Were you satisfied with what you heard from city officials? Yeah.
Sounds like Miss Snipes. Miss Snipes was like, nope, I was not impressed.
Okay. Well, I definitely read through the write-up that the Omaha World Herald had, and the main thing that I'm getting from it is residents were asking about the chemicals, and they were like, just look it up. It's on the website, just look it up. So yeah, okay. Sister Snipe says she's driving right now, so okay. Yeah. Definitely would love to hear from those in attendance.
The thing that I just heard this morning on the way here was that they found out that they had to have an asbestos test and found out that it was not asbestos in there, that all the asbestos in that factory got taken out in the 90s. So people who have debris in their yards, and they can now go out and grab the debris and throw it away, but they still want you to double bag it. So I'm like, okay, so not only did this do we got to worry about the air quality, but there was actually debris that came down around and showered down around the neighborhood as well, and they didn't even know if it was poisonous, hazardous.
and I think it was like a mile or so blast radius of the debris. Like it was quite some ways away as far as where the debris was landing. And then also apparently they had the wrong air or wind information, so the wind was blowing the smoke and all the chemicals in the opposite direction of what they thought. So yeah, as far as Miss Snipes saying hot mess indeed, quite literally actually a hot mess. So yeah, man, again, if you're in attendance, definitely would love to hear your take on it. And apparently there's going to be a lot more conversation, a lot more studies going to happen. Of course, there's going to be environmental samples, and they got to take air quality tests, which all of that is going to take time. So we really don't know what the fallout is. Apparently they don't know either.
And you know what? I was thinking about that because I was wondering. I had a little glimpse of a thought last night about this. Are we being fair to city officials? Like, we want answers now. This thing happened, and I want this fire is going on. Tell me right now, am I breathing in the right? Well, don't they need a little bit of time to figure that stuff out? Like, what exactly are they? What exactly do we need city officials in particular to say? Um, they got to go through a little bit of a process. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that. They're not being. I was quick to say they're not being open. They're not. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not.
Mm-hmm.
They're being shady, or they should be telling us something. They shouldn't be telling us like get a hold of the company, of the actual chemical company, and find out what was it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they need a little time to figure this stuff out before they can kind of even give us any instructions or anything with this. I'm not sure, but I was just kind of thinking that. Kimmer Snipes says, I thought I was going to be able to go there and not have to raise my voice at anybody.
Oh dang. Oh dang.
Brianna Full says, I am so worried about NDEE and the EPA being in charge of the testing on the site to see if chemicals leaked into the soil and water. NDEE has been handling the environmental crisis in Meade. Oh wow, we know about that.
Man.
Nebraska, terribly, and basically leaving the citizens who got poisoned to fend for themselves. Oof. Kimber Snipes says we are being fair when we demand that they communicate properly with us. And communicate. I mean, no, I'm thinking that's definitely fair. But communicate what? What exactly do we need to hear from them? Even if I guess it would be fine if even if they just came out and says we don't know yet, we're testing it out. So I would suggest you get away from the area until we figure things. I don't know what she would say. Facebook user says no. Doesn't OSHA require a list of all chemicals brought on site? I feel like they knew before the fire. Who knew though? The company probably the company whose facility exploded probably knew and probably has that on file. But OSHA, you think OSHA knew? And then do the powers that do they communicate like that? Like the mayor's office call OSHA and find out, and then be able to tell us the next day. I'm not sure, just not sure. Hey, Melissa Polindo is in the house. She says, "Good morning, family."
Hey.
Good morning to you, sis. Black Dynamite says, "I said it jokingly, but I was kind of serious too during that fire. I thought they should put a phone call in the city of Houston because they seemingly have a major fire like that every 2 to 3 months. Maybe they can give some insight." Star Trek Rich says, by the way, the stipend OPS wants to extend to all staff will be up to $4,500 for the next 2 years, per Omaha World Herald education reporter Lauren Wagner.
Yep, I was going to mention that next as well.
Oh, sweet. Okay, that's what's up. Kimber Snipes says Douglas County has zero communication in Spanish. Yeah, that was another thing. We posted an announcement to evacuate in Spanish that came from Tony Vargas's office. So that's rough. They don't, what is the protocol for environmental disaster? Kimber Snipes the other day said they don't have one. They didn't have one. They didn't have any protocol.
And I think that's the main thing that was being addressed during this. Of course, they don't know, the chemical fallout. They don't know, what types of chemicals are out there, what types of dangers are out there as far as health wise to the community as a result of this. But there was a lot of confusion, a lot of chaos during the event, which I think the city should definitely be responsible for answering to, as far as why the evacuation was handled the way it was. Why information as far as the wind direction and the possible fallout radius, why this was handled, as Kimmer said, the language that was handed out. I mean, people were evacuated, so why, weren't there multi languages? So, people who don't speak English can also get out of harm's way. Just a lot of the confusion that surrounded this, I think, is what people were looking for, and that's fair, because again, the last thing we need is confusion. We need the city to be on top of these types of things.
Yeah, that's real. Mayor Sanchez says the smoke goes up and mixes with the clouds, then comes down as rain. Where? Good question.
Yep.
Wanda Lewis says it takes 24 to 48 hours for the turnaround on samples used to do air, soil, water, paint, and asbestos sampling. Yeah, they just got the asbestos done this morning, so I don't know if they've done anything else. Also, Christy Norris says there is a MSDS book. They know. Don't be fooled. Okay. MSDS book. What is the MSDS book? I don't even want to take a guess on that. Let us know what that is and what book that is. Also, OSHA, yes, and therefore they should be making a statement. Erica Felt says OSHA, yes, they should know. They should have already had a list of chemicals that were in that building. They should have known, and they should have been making a statement. Guillermo Enrique Pina Valadera says Trump slash government works and agencies in half. Why public government agencies regulations are being hit hard. OSHA is hurting. Gracias a Tony. Yeah, that was I was going back in my mind. I was like, why am I remembering what about OSHA? I do remember OSHA office got cut. That was one of the things that Trump cut. And I remember something happening when Trump was president that we were like, we needed the OSHA report, and it was like, well, that office has been kind of dissolved. There's only like 1 or 2 people left, or something crazy.
Yeah, I do remember that.
So thanks for that, Brother Valaderas, for that reminder there. Kimmer Snipe says, I asked each agency what their protocol was for communication for specific things that I had identified in Douglas County Emergency Response Plan. Sounds like nobody had no answers for you. Facebook, I think that's Rosalind says, what area was the explosion in? East side. It was in the east side area, so it was close to. It was pretty much like
Midtown,
closer to south. Yeah, closer to south side, on the other side of downtown, other side of Old Market area. So we definitely saw. I mean, everybody felt the effects on the east side. North side didn't get the smoke too hard because it started blowing over to Iowa.
20th and Woolworth is where it was located.
Yeah. So they consider that south for sure. Celeste Butler's in the house over here on Friends of First Sky. Good morning to you. Appreciate you. She said companies are required to have a current log of hazardous chemicals. Oh, that was who said that. On site according to OSHA, EPA. Right, a current log. So that something like this happens, they can tell people what's up right away. Kimmer Snipe says, I didn't receive one text message that day. Also, Black Dynamite says, in theory, the fire department should have had an idea of what's being stored in that building because they have to know about different hazards. That's why they're building walkthroughs. Yeah, I guess that's what I'm saying. Like how in contact is the fire department with EPA or OSHA, people that do actually keep those kinds of lists, and fire marshal. I'm thinking about that too. We have to have fire marshal inspections over at the Benson Theater. They got to know everything that's in there. So maybe you're right about that. Maybe the fire department also should have a list. Was the fire department there, Miss Snipes? What did they have to say about anything?
To that point, yes, the fire department does do walkthroughs. I remember I was working at a factory early on, like early before I even started doing mine and soul. And they had, fire walkthroughs, and you got to make sure everything is up to code. Like that's definitely a thing. And to that point, it kind of brings out the question of to why even it's being reported now that firefighters who did arrive at the Knox plant, one, didn't know what chemicals were in the building, so they didn't know what they were fighting, and also didn't have the sufficient equipment to actually fight it. Apparently, it was recommended that they use carbon dioxide to fight chemical fires, but they were actually using water, which could actually make chemical fires worse.
So they were throwing water on the grease fire.
Yeah.
Kimmer Snipe says the fire department admitted that they had no clue what to do at first. They were using water and they weren't even supposed to be. Man,
there you go.
Man, that's crazy. Rosalind is giving us a definition of that MSDS. She said MSDS, a safety data sheet, SDS, material safety data sheet on or product safety data sheet, PSDS, is a document that lists information relating to occupational safety and health for the use of various substances and products. Oh yeah, every business has that. Got to have that via, uh, fire code and everything else. So
Mm-hmm.
that shines some man. I'm glad that we talked about this a little further. I didn't realize that the fire department didn't have no clue, was over there doing all the wrong stuff.
Man,
That's
again, it's so that's the thing that I'm thinking that the city should definitely, be held accountable for and expected to answer to as far as response to emergencies.
that's rough, bro. Brother Muhammad is over on Friends of First Sky. He says soon or perhaps later, too late. These so-called experts don't have a clue. We must realize this is a start cleaning house.
Man,
This and start cleaning house, right? Brother Valadera says my concern is will they protect people or profits? We are a super pro profit state. The company might be slapped on the hand and people were hurt.
yeah,
Yeah,
again.
that's the next question. What are we going to do? What's going to happen once they figure out all the chemicals that everybody got exposed to?
And what started the fire? I still don't see that being reported. I'm sure there has to be an investigation, but I'm kind of curious.
Well, I've lost my faith in the fire department right now on knowing that right away. They definitely have to do an investigation first to figure all this out. I guess that's rough, man.
Yeah.
Kimber Snipe says, I'm going to be talking to my leadership team next week for the South Omaha Neighborhood Alliance about us being an accountability partner with community for this event. That's what's up. Wanda Lewis says the Omaha Fire Department had on respirators. They were not at risk, only the surrounding community. Ooh.
Man,
Rosalind says money over people is the way always.
there you go.
You guys
There you
got a
go.
grasp on it for sure. I think we all got a grasp on this, and I'm glad we talked about it again. This is something that's going to be ongoing because, as you can see, a lot of the chat chimers were affected and need to be going back and finding out what's going on. This might have some bad, things that's going to come later on with health disparities and all kinds of stuff over this. So we need to see what's happening. Of course, this is one of the things that investigation, and news investigation can keep and hold people accountable for. Sounds like everybody's on the track to do that. So that's what's up.
Yeah, man.
Also one more. Yep. Also one more. The Mayor Sanchez says their list continues to change by the day, so it's hard for the fire department to keep track of it. Was an extraordinary fire hard to be equipped for? That was the thing that Kimmer Snipes the other day sent me a list of some of the chemicals that they were saying that were there, and I was wondering about that. Is the list changing? Are they finding out new stuff? Christy Norris says the MSDS had the info the OFD needed. This was a systems problem, and that was my question too. Are they communicating with each other? These different departments. The MSDS maybe they thought that the Omaha Fire Department already had this information. Linda in Chicago, World Herald reported good info yesterday. I posted to your Twitter. All right,
Okay.
appreciate that. We'll
Yeah.
definitely go check it out. Wanda Lewis says the owners of the building did not show up at the meeting, nor did the mayor. She was probably on her honeymoon.
Man, that's the third time I heard somebody say Mayor Stalter didn't show up somewhere and was probably on her honeymoon. That's like the third, fourth time somebody
she's
said
drunk.
that.
She's drunk in Atlantic City right now. Baby needs a new pair of
Man,
shoes. Going and
man.
having a good old time. Kimmer Snipes says, I will say that the fire department was the only agency that seemed willing to intentionally communicate that day. They approached me immediately after the event was over. They want to have a conversation about communication.
Okay.
Good idea. Also, Black Dynamite says, also in theory, they should have been working with the ERG, Emergency Response Guidebook, which tells you what substances are based on the placards and numbers, how to deal with the substances, and how to go about handling the public. So there is, I can't imagine there's no protocol here. It just feels like nobody used it and nobody communicated with each other on it. Christy Norris says the company has the responsibility to give that info to the OFD.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
8:25. You believe in the concept of time. Thanks for everybody that has joined into the chat on this for sure. It is a very, very extensive conversation that we'll continue to have on this. We'll take a quick break, come back, some Trekkie words of wisdom, and also get your haps together. Very extensive haps coming up for the end of the show, so stay tuned for that. We'll be right back. First Sky Omaha Radio, First Sky Omaha in the morning.
In the morning.
Paul B, Buddi3 Da Gawd, Star Trek Rich. This is 6/3/2022, the 3rd of June. My birthday's tomorrow. I'll be June 4th is my birthday tomorrow, so it's going down. And at the beginning of June right now, it's happening. Stay tuned on this Friday. We'll be right back. Don't you touch nothing. Welcome back. You're listening to First Sky Omaha Radio, First Sky Omaha in the morning. Paul B, Buddi3 Da Gawd, Star Trek Rich, and all of you, the chat chimers. Thank you for everybody that's tuned into the chat. I am broadcasting live from Weberized Studios right here in Omaha, Nebraska, in what we consider the north side at the Mastercraft building. And weberized.com. If you have podcast ideas, definitely check them out. They're the ones that provide what we call the Starfleet Daily Meditations. Buddy calls Trekkie Words of Wisdom. Today is by Nyota Uhura. That's a legendary character there. She says, "Forever is just another day. Forever is just another journey." Okay, that's deep. I like Lieutenant Uhura. She's dope. Forever is just another day. Forever is just another journey. Okay. I mean, you know, I can't really think of this. Forever is like time. Time don't exist. So, you know, what is forever to you right now? Well, today is just today. That's what I'm taking from it.
Yeah, I mean, only what they say, the past is past, future is yet to come, and the present is a gift. So
there you go. Past is not here no more. The present is not here yet.
So that's what you get. All you got is the now. That's why time is an illusion. All you got is the now.
There you go. Brooke says little man's birthday is on the 7th. He'll be 6. Man, that's crazy. Shares a birthday with Prince. He was supposed to come on the 4th. I remember this distinctly. And he was supposed to come on the 4th. We were supposed to share the birthday, but he came late. And so he shares the birthday with Prince June 7th. So that's what's up.
Okay.
Do that. The chat's still going off. I appreciate everybody that's giving me the good stuff here. Black Dynamite says, "Hey, turn them up. Happy early birthday, Paul B. Appreciate you. Thank you very much."
Yeah, man.
Man. I'm not gonna do too much but work, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, your cousin's in town, and we're gonna have a good time at the Martin Family Trio Sunday night, and that's about all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be like Precious McKesson. We old folks.
Gonna take it easy.
We turn down on the birthday nights and be able to get up the next day. So that's what's up. In the chat, let's see. Brooke says I got a good chance to see her speak at the Star Trek convention. She's dope. Lieutenant Uhura Wisdom from KDL. Yeah, man. She was legendary. Did you ever hear the story about how she wanted to quit Star Trek, and then Martin Luther King called her up and was like, "You're my favorite character. We need you. Stay." And she stayed on the show.
Yeah. Was she like one of the first African American actresses or actors to be in space.
Yeah, a main character. So that's what's up.
Amen.
Very good wisdom. Appreciate that. The chat's going off right now. I'm gonna go back to Brother Valadera saying Meade, Nebraska ethanol plant needs cleaned, and now Omaha. How will they clean this? I'm over the pollution in the air, water, and land. Nebraska needs swept and mopped up. Stop poisonous companies. That's kind of the whole country, man. Everybody's going through that. Wanda Lewis says the closest EPA is in Lincoln and mostly consists of paperwork. The EPA response team is located in Kansas. We're a part of Region 7 when it comes to EPA disaster responses. Kansas. Wow.
Okay.
More information on that.
Yeah, some good information.
Yeah. You can't see who said they can't see the comments for some reason. Probably looks like not sure who's saying they can't see the comments, but I think it's because you are. Oh, that's Rosalind Bunny. You're over on Friends of First Sky Omaha. You got to go on to the First Sky Omaha page, the official Facebook page, and then you can see where the main chats are going on. But if you're over on Friends of First Sky Omaha, then you can't really see that, and we can't see your name. So that's why I keep on saying Facebook user. Sarah Dappin gives me a happy early birthday, Paul B. Allen IV. Appreciate you very much. Thank you. Brother Muhammad says, old folks only get old when you speak it into existence, or when your knees tell you what's happening. Brooke says she also worked with NASA, talking about Lieutenant Uhura. Yeah, man. Pops says, and she'll let you know several times an hour. That's funny. Brother Valadares is, I wish I could fix this. When I'm thinking about this stuff, I don't think it's just going to be that area that got affected. I think it's going to be like a lot of Omaha that this going to be affected by this. Hot mess. There you go, Buns. You're welcome. Thanks for joining us over here. Chelsea says happy early birthday. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I think the getting some answers is going to be. We're all going to have to be demanding some answers on this stuff. I think it's going to affect a lot of people. I'm really worried. We got people that live right next to that. Like Kimber Snipes lived down the street. Augie Kidd. We got people in the camp in the fam that had to get evacuated from their house. So, this is going to affect us for a little minute, man.
Yeah, I've even seen some concern about runoff into the drinking water. It's been reported that that's not the case, but I would like to see some more testing.
Yeah. Most definitely. In the meantime, between time 8:32 right now, if you believe in the concept of time, what else have we got before we get to the haps here, buddy?
Man, wanted to dive into this correctional center update. Big shout out to friend of First Sky, Paul Fowlman, for bringing this to our attention and actually going out there to the scene, to join some of the volunteer efforts and here actually be in attendance at the press conference. But just as Nebraska has been, the Nebraska penitentiary system has been in an overcrowding emergency, as reported by Omaha World Herald now. There's an emergency staffing issue that they've also been dealing with for the last 3 years and have now finally been able to reportedly return to normal operations next month. And the Nebraska Department of Correctional Services announced the decision Wednesday. Director Scott Frakes credited the change with a pair of new hires made in the months since state leaders agreed to increase substantially the pay for correction staff. Staffing was the root cause of altered operational schedules that started back in 2019, which led to multi 16-hour days throughout the week, causing a lot of issues. There were a lot of prisoners who were attacked and some even died during this time because of the conditions that they had to deal with as a result of not only the overcrowding but the understaffing. And specifically, that has been addressed. No longer will they have to work 16-hour days. They will move down to 12-hour operational days. The security staff worked 4 12-hour days, full by 3 days off. So again, it's a 1 day on, 1 day off cycle, and inmates spent more times in their cells as a result. Scott Frakes did note that the return to normal operations is scheduled to start July 18th and will give inmates 4 additional hours a day for volunteer programs, recreation, and other activities that can aid in their rehabilitation, development, making sure that they don't end up back in prison. And Scott Frakes went on to say all things that contribute to higher satisfaction and a better quality of life for the inmate population. So is I believe has reported that the department had 167 unfilled positions, and now they're up to about 76 different vacant protective services positions. So about half of the positions have been filled, and it looks like that number is getting higher. Again, they're not releasing any inmates, which is a whole nother conversation. But again, with more staff available, hopefully the inmates that they do have, will be safer.
Well, and hopefully let out a lot of them can be let out of solitary that they've been in for 2 years.
Yep, 3.
Once again, I'm like, well, it's a good thing, but at the same time, it's indicative of what the attitude is here with that. Build more jails, hire more guards. The pulling back on anything never is a thought. It's always how we can fortify, build more, and push more. So, that's great that they're filling those positions back up. Sounds like a horrible job.
Man.
16-hour days, and the normal is 12-hour days.
Yeah, 4 days a week.
I need siesta time in my 12-hour day, so I don't know how that would work. And then this day off. I've worked schedules before where I did 4 12-hour days and had 3 days off. I did not do it 1 day on, 1 day off. That seems horrible.
Man, and you don't have to. You're also not, worried about getting attacked by inmates or anything jumping off at any moment. Like, can you imagine being on point for 16 hours straight? That's mentally exhausting.
Saying. Right, mentally exhausting, physically exhausting. It doesn't make any sense. And they were doing it because they just didn't have, and the solution was, well, let's put them in solitary. At least they won't mess with you for 12, for 23 hours a day.
Yep.
I mean, that's crazy, man. Brother Valadar says nurses are scared to work healthcare in prisons. I bet. My brother Muhammad says human rights violations in Nebraska prisons. Straight up.
All the way.
Straight up. We have talked about this before, buddy. You have said it before. There needs to be criminal charges.
Yeah, man. Scott Frakes, Pete Ricketts, all of them.
It's straight up human rights violations going on, and it's all and mostly because they will not, overcrowding has been now 3 years. The official diagnosis of overcrowding. Rosalind says no one should work 16 hours a day. It should be illegal. Nobody should even be awake 16 hours. It feels crazy. Maybe I'm just getting old, but it feels crazy to even be awake 16 hours a day, bro. That's a day. That's a serious. That's more time than you spend at home.
It is. Which is not, to me, it's not a way to live. But that's and the fact that not only are they working these extensive hours, but again, they were getting underpaid. Like the point of this whole article is the fact that they decided to pay more, and now that's what's causing people to actually get hired and fill these positions. But these people were getting underpaid and working 16 hours a day in some of the most dangerous prisons in the country. I mean, Tecumseh is dangerous.
I mean, there was a murder there last year.
Multiple.
Rosalind says they're getting paid for the inmates. That's why they didn't let nobody go, bro. Like,
big business.
File the money. Von Chapman says again, where is the ACLU? Litigation. We feel very much so like some charges should be. It doesn't make any sense why nobody's getting sued here on this. Facebook user. Let's see who that is over there. Oh, that's Erica Felt. They let it get like that intentionally so there would be people rallying for a new prison.
Oh yeah.
There you go. Rosalind says I was awake that long a couple of days ago. I felt crazy. Oh, you are hallucinating by that time. You up 2 days in a row, 16 hours. That means you're only sleeping 4 or 5 or 6 hours. Tanaya Patterson says, "Hi, I did a rotating 12-hour shift with 4 days, 3 days, 4 days, 3 days off. Then the next week, 3 days, 4 days off for like 2 years. It was horrid."
Yeah.
And was that in a row or was that 1 day on, 1 day off? No, it's probably looks like it's in. So you got 4 straight days and then 3 days off, right? Not good.
Yeah.
Sorry, that just ain't the thing. It's not
And that's how these security guards are working. It wasn't one on, one off. I misspoke.
Yeah.
It was security staff worked 4 12-hour days followed by 3 days off.
Oh, okay. Well, that's kind of worse. You got really no rest time in that 4 day period.
Nope. Yeah, definitely takes a toll.
Miss Erica Fell says, "I worked 24/7 for a few years, but I was self-employed with goals, working with children, not inmates."
There you go.
Yeah,
I'm sure even that was still exhausting.
Yeah, it might even been more. Brother Valadera says, "No prison pension fund, just pennies. I work with inmates with my rentals, and they are given peanuts. Correctional officers are paid super low too. I work with both communities."
Yep.
So the pay be bad. The conditions, again, it sounds kind of like teachers. Schools and prisons and teachers and inmates need to realize that they're one and the same. Rosalind said it takes a toll, even the 12-hour days. Yeah. Let's see. Erica Pell says, talking about where you're a nurse. Yeah, I did. I was thinking that too. I think nurses also have those kinds of rotations. That's what I first heard that rotation was from nurses. I was a guard. I was also a guard. I was a security guard when I was doing 12 on, 12, 4 days a week, 3 days off in a mental health facility. And that
Really?
Yeah. And that was very much feeling like crazy time. Like you delirious by the 10th hour. Brooke says, I've done that shift, but it was at Zappos, but best place to work in America. Would never do that shift in a prison. Yeah, I don't know, Brooke. Any kind of 12-hour day don't sound good to me at all, no matter what the job.
I mean, if you ask me, I believe that prison is the physical manifestation of hell on earth. That's how I look at it. Wow. It's nothing but the lowest of low of humanity. It's a cesspool of the lowest of low of humanity from both the inmates and the prison guards. Just some. I mean, I've heard too many horror stories, and I have multiple relatives in prison and that have served prison time. It's nowhere you want to be, man. So to add on, poor working conditions, overcrowding, understaffing, poor pay, extensive hours on top of that.
Half the inmates in solitary confinement.
Man, that's not
multiple murders a year.
Riots. It's not a good situation, man, and the governor is doing nothing to address it. Again, I'll keep saying it, man, and I agree with Brother Chapman, man. Litigation. Charges should be brought against Scott Frakes and Pete Ricketts. There's no question.
Shout out to Noise Omaha yesterday. They had a ribbon cutting on their new facility down on Farnham Street. There's a lot of heads in there, and we were all talking about the space, how welcoming the space is, how beautiful the space is, how inspiring the space is. The space is important. The space that you're at, the vibe there, the people there. I can't imagine, I seek out spaces like that all the time. Can't function unless I'm in a space like that. Can't imagine the vibe in prison. I can't imagine the like you said, I wouldn't have gone that far to say like it's like this cesspool of like the worst humans, or however you put that. But it made me think, well, yeah, I mean, like that place is built for that. It's built for us to not just when it's like being in the corner. It's like you're being punished. So you're already being called. You're already being classified that way.
And it's not the cesspool of the worst humans, because there's these people are people. That's not what I'm saying. It's a cesspool of the worst of humanity.
Of humanity
is what
right.
I'm like. Right. It look at Khalif Browder, whether you're innocent or not. that
Yeah.
place is going to turn you into what it wants to turn you into.
Right. That's my point. That the vibe of that joint is going to
Right.
produce what it produces, you know.
Man. And this season, the space is the place, and I'm telling you, that space is not the place you want to be. I'm telling you, whether you're working there or a resident.
Let's do a little lightning round here for the remaining stories before we jump into the haps.
Yeah.
What we got going on here?
Well, again, we actually did pretty good on today's articles. We got the last two, one of which I've already touched on, so we can definitely kind of breeze our way through this and talking about the new report from California's reparations task force. And even as we're talking about the whole prison overcrowding and understaffing situation, we all know once you add in the demographic of some of these prisoners, well, most of these prisoners and how they're getting there, this definitely adds another fold to that conversation and connects these two stories, talking about the preschool to prison pipeline and communities of quote unquote color. But this new report addresses that and much more. Again, it lays out 150 years of active, conscious, intentional federal, state, and local government action and neglect or inaction of duty, which has resulted in compounded harms that are unique to Black Americans. That's according to the authors of the draft report that was reviewed by NBC News prior to its release. The report, which is again the first to be released on an official state level. There has been many organizations, many groups that have come together to study and look at and to discuss reparations, but nothing on an official governmental state level until now. And that comes amid an increase again national discussion on reparations when you add in the fold of CRT, some of the racial attacks that have happened as far as mass shoots and things like that. All of this is coming to a head with this conversation. And then also let's add into the fact that there was a House Resolution 40, which was a congressional legislation that created or aimed to create a national commission to study reparations and explain the U.S.'s role in enslavement and, of course, the systemic discrimination that followed the institution of slavery. And that did pass through the House Judiciary Committee, but has languished since then. But again, this report is one of two reports that is supposed to be released from this task force, and it's quite lengthy. 13 chapters, about 600 pages that make up this whole report. And again, it details the moral and legal wrongs the American and California governments have inflicted upon their own Black citizens and residents, going back all the way to noting how slavery and subsequent discrimination have exposed Black communities to racial terror and political disenfranchisement, also left them with the inferior outcomes in health and wealth building, and neglected them to segregated neighborhoods and schools. All the things that we're now seeing with the polls, like the worst neighborhoods in Omaha. Again, all of this is what has caused those polls to look the way that they do. Again, this report does also add in some metrics. California not only matched discrimination across the country and at times it was a national leader. The authors also wrote that in the 1900s, the state led the country in forced sterilization. So again, once you add in the whole Roe v. Wade conversation to this, again, everything that's happening nationally can be linked or tied back to this whole conversation on reparations. Again, forced sterilizations would disproportionately affected Black, Latina, and Indigenous women. 22 years before the U.S. Supreme Court on Plessy versus Ferguson established the racial segregation did not violate the Constitution. California Supreme Court upheld racial segregation in schools. So the history has been laid out, and this report is looking to pull all of that out and put it all on the table. And then as a result, after a year of this report being out, again, there will be a report on what to expect as far as how reparations will be doled out. So definitely looking forward to that. But the report, we'll actually try to post a link to that report on Friends of First Sky.
When they finally come out with the answer to reparations and life and its meaning, it's going to come out to $42 a piece.
Man.
And that's as far as they're going to go.
So. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. As far as reparations go, I'm all for us taking as long as we need to get this right, because this is a once in a lifetime ask, and once you ask for reparations and you get it, better make sure you got it right. So definitely looking forward to that. But also this is kind of a hap. Again, Sioux City Bandits indoor football team was planning to hold a giveaway of an AR-15 during military night as a promotion this past Saturday, but that has been postponed. Luckily, critics said it was in poor taste to have such an event a little more than a week after, again, the tragedy that happened in Valde, Texas. Before the postponement, there was a deletion of the Bandits' Facebook post about the event, and the owner, J.R. Bond, said rescheduling or canceling the giveaway didn't even approach his radar screen. So yeah, that happened.
It's funny that they said in poor taste because of the shooting. It's kind of in poor taste for you to think that some kind of gun giveaway is a good idea in the first place.
Yep.
They're not going to do it now, and that's the news. But for me, it just shows you the mentality. It's as easy as, well, hey, I got a good idea. We'll give away an AR-14 in school. Like, the mentality, it's showing me where people's heads are actually at. The people that we don't understand, that think all the that everybody having military grade rifles is okay. I mean, they think it's really okay. Like, we just had an article the other day about Pete Ricketts saying, well, yes, I think 18-year-olds should absolutely be able to buy AR-14s. Okay. Iowa, hey, we need to kill some deers. So here you go. Now you can use your AR-15s to do that.
We all know what that's about.
It reminds me of like stuff I used to hear back in the day. Like, you open up a bank account and they give you a rifle. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, we all know what that's about, though.
A high school. I mean, okay. So I can imagine for people that live in that kind of environment, that's nonchalant as the issue is for them. Hey, they could have gave away anything for this. They could have gave away money. They could have gave away anything, but the draw was, hey, they'll enter this, AR-15. Let's give that away, like a toaster.
Yeah. It happened, man. It's no coincidence that we have these types of things going on while the conversations about reparations and reports and all this stuff is coming out at the same time, man. It's not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence at all. So I'll just say that. But we got just about 8 minutes left. Let's go ahead and jump into the haps.
Yeah, I think it's about time for us to do that. Let's do that. What's the haps? Get your shoulders moving, y'all.
What's happening? What's going down?
I'm trying to do Michelle Trosker with it. She can't do it. You got to have them sharp shoulders like she got.
Yeah. Not the sharp shoulders.
Ladies and gentlemen, time for the haps. It's time for us to talk about what's going on this weekend. Time for you to let us know about some things that's happening this weekend as well. I'll let Buddy get started. Buddy, get some haps for the peoples.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we've been talking about it all show, so you got to know it's happening. Going down this Sunday, the Martin Family Trio coming to the Benson Theater for one night only. Yeah, man. June 5th. June 5th is going down. Curly Martin, the legend, Omaha's own Curly Martin, with his son, the great Terrace Martin, and a special guest, man. They will be doing their thing. Of course, my man LP will be opening things up with his own performance. So definitely check it out. Check it out. Still giving away some tickets. So make sure you share that information and, tap in with us so we can get you those free tickets. This is going to be a doozy of the show. So, yeah, show up, show out, support, all of that.
Yeah, hit me up on the DM on whether or not you have shared the event page and how many times you did that, and we'll put you in the hat, pull out your name, and you might win a couple free tickets. I already gave a couple of tickets away, so we got 2 more tickets to give away afterwards. So hit me up, let me know.
Yes. Also going down at Benson Theater, the return of Verbal Gumbo, the reunion. That's Thursday, June 16th coming up. So definitely check that out. Tap in with Benson Theater for tickets. 9 p.m. Will be the event. So again, the likes of our very own Michelle Trosclair, and also with love Felicia making a return for this event. So you won't want to miss this one as well. Get your old dusty poems ready, or if you got some new work, go ahead and get that ready and come out and show what you can do.
Dust off the notebooks. Thursday, June 16th is going down. The reunion. I just love Verbal Gumbo because it's always like all the most beautiful, dressed to the nines black women come out and serve it up and have a funky good time. And it's the jam. It's the jam.
Yeah,
For those of you back in the day used to go to the one at the House of Loom, this is the reunion of that. So this is what this is all about. So come on through.
Yeah, I performed at Verbal Gumbo before.
What? For real?
Yeah.
Maybe got you on video somewhere. How'd you find that?
Maybe. It was kind of towards the end of it, but yeah, I got to grace the stage at the House of Moon, man. Did my thing one time.
Ellie Peeler, what's up? She said it's going to be amazing. Brooke said old dusty poems. Like, knock the dust off your notebooks.
Go ahead. Oh man, what else is going on?
Hey, well, for one thing that also happening this Sunday coming up too, very important. Justice for Zachary Bear Hills is going to happen from 4 to 6. They're going to do the walk. It's the 5th annual prayer walk and vigil for Zachary Bear Hills. He was killed by the police, and they want to walk the path that he walked right before that. They're still looking for justice for that situation, and this is something we've been covering since it went down, man. So we're going to try our best to get out there. It's going to start at the Greyhound Station, 1601 Jackson Street, June 5th. It's going to start at 4 o'clock, end at 6. So please support and show up for Justice for Zachary Bear Hills prayer walk and vigil. And then after that, go home, get dressed, come to the Martin Family Trio after that. So may your Sunday be full of good stuff. Also on the weekends, you might want to check out the farmers market on Saturday down in the old market. Because Sunday is going to be pretty full day. But if you need to go Sunday, Exarban Village happens over there as well. So get out there early. Starts at 7 o'clock, ends at 8. Get your fresh fruits and vegetables, and hopefully you'll be able to afford food and afford gas to get over to the food. If you hook up some, and then also help some local producers do their thing as well. And it's always a better thing to do that. Better thing to have the fresh veggies and all that good stuff. So that's what's up. Brother Sanchez in the chat says, I got crawfish boil to go to on Saturday, taking my bacon jalapeno cream cheese dip. Sounds good. Also, somebody saying Taste of Omaha. Brianna Full says Taste of Omaha in Elmwood is all weekend. Interesting. Okay. I didn't even hear nothing about it. Allie Peeler says Power and Progress Festival in Columbus, Nebraska just started last night, goes through Sunday morning. I play on Saturday. Okay. That's what's up, Allie. Hit that stage.
Man, some things are going.
Yeah, we already knew that.
Man, also coming up June 16th, District 11 Town Hall, created by Senator Terrell McKinney, put some respect on his name. This will be going down again Thursday, June 16th at the Malcolm X Memorial Center. Again, that's 3440 Evans Street. Yeah, man. A session and recap and community conversation. So again, big shout out to Brother Terrell McKinney doing the work. Definitely put some respect on his name, and please show up and show out. Have your voices be heard.
That's right. And for those of you that know Black Coffee is back in effect, you can go still have breakfast over there, but they're starting this thing called First Friday. And as a matter of fact, it's happening today, 9:30 to 10:30, right after the show. If you go to Black Coffee at 5001 North 42nd Street, then you can join them and have a talk. I guess today they're going to be talking about re-entry and second chances. So, good idea. Join us for a free monthly continental breakfast meeting to talk about re-entry resources available to help address concerns you may be experiencing due to your conviction history. Families of incarcerated loved ones are welcomed. So that's what's up. And they're going to do this every first Friday each month from now on. So definitely check them out. And go get back to supporting Black Coffee because they're trying to do the thing over there.
Man. Somebody gave some good information in the chat about the food farmers market. It says if you have SNAP, remember that the farmers market will double your SNAP dollar. Go to Help 10. So you can double up if you have SNAP. And go ahead and get you some free fresh produce, man. Go for it.
There you go. Good morning to Zane. How you doing, Zane? Good morning, buddy. Miss you, man. We'll be hanging out soon for sure. Thanks for tuning in and checking out. Also, one more thing coming up. Walter Brooks having a book discussion. Man, we gotta remember that it's an online event from on June the 14th. Definitely check it out live via Zoom. And he'll be talking about his new book, Trust No Shadows After Dark. He's been working on this book for a while, and he finally got it done. And man, it's I've read some passages deep, so definitely check this out. Check his book out. I believe you can get it from the Afro American Bookstore. You got to get it online from there though, because it's not open yet. But you can get it online from there. Trust No Shadows After Dark, and then go ahead and check this out. Go to moreomaha.org to sign up for that. And definitely check it out. Also, Steampunk Tea Party is happening on June 18th as well. A lot of stuff happening on June 18th, actually. House of Afro Cape and Curls doing that Steampunk Tea Party thing. Get your costume ready. Get your costume together. It's going to be at Noma 25. I call them Loves Jazz. Mama call them Loves Jazz. I'm going to call them Loves Jazz. Loves Jazz 2510 North 24th Street, 3 to 7 p.m. So that's House of Afro Capes and Curls. Same day on June 18th, it's more stuff going on. The Juneteenth Joy Fest, music performances, food, Black Flea Market. Just go ahead and get your steampunk costume and just hang out all day. And on down in the Deuce, go check it out, see what's going on. So there you have it. We have all these things posted in Friends of First Sky Omaha always. So definitely check that out. It is 9:01, so we better go ahead and let the people go and get on out of here. Appreciate you chiming in the chat and hanging with us today. Really, really appreciate that, buddy. You got some words for the people?
Man, as always, we appreciate love and thank everyone for joining us. And definitely those of you who chimed into the chat, letting your mind be free and your voice be heard. That's what it's all about. That's why we're here. So thank you. Thank you. And again, hopefully you learned as much as we have throughout today's show, possibly even more. But again, catch the same time, same place, Monday through Friday, right here on First Sky Omaha. Definitely enjoy your birthday. Enjoy your weekend, man. Next time I see you, you'll be a year older.
Yep.
This is a beautiful thing, man. Longevity definitely has its place. So again, live it up. And even if you're gonna take a nap, live it up, man. Live it up. So
nap is life, bro. Nap is life.
Yes, sir. So we appreciate everybody. And with that, go ahead and take it away, man.
Right on. Brother Sanchez, Mayor Sanchez says, have a blessed weekend, everyone. Appreciate you, my man. Appreciate that very, very much. Yeah. Black Dynamite says, I think the Juneteenth parade is June 18th. Lots going on June 18th. Definitely check it out. Brianna Full says, if any of y'all want to walk with my group in Juneteenth parade, send me a DM. Very cool. Hey. Pop says, best morning show in the nation. Have a great weekend. And again, congratulations on making another trip around the sun. Thanks, Pops. Appreciate that. Brother Valadera says, awesome radio in the morning. Thank you very much, man. And Facebook, Miss E says, Miss Erica Fell says, may everyone have a great weekend. Be good to yourself. Drink water and guard your space. Appreciate that very much. Appreciate you chiming into the chat. Miss Erica Felt and everybody else that has chimed in. Really, really appreciate it. Thanks to the Omaha tribe elders for allowing us to be on this land. Thanks for our elders allowing us to speak before them. Thanks to all of you, the chat chimers who allow this conversation to happen, because this can't happen without you. Basically, this is a group storytelling and information gathering system that we have here. It really requires all of your participation. So tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. Always share the show, and for other people to be able to jump in the conversation as well, especially if you think that there are people that have good points to bring. As you can see, we're a group of like-minded people that are very respectful to each other's opinions, and it's a family show, and that's what we're trying to do, because we're all about the family and always trying to upbuild, and that's where we're at. So thank you very much. Brooke says, great show. Rosalind says, good stuff. Thanks, Buns, for coming on in this morning. You had a bunch of good points for us to ponder, and some insights. Really appreciate that. All the way from Las Vegas coming on through here. Appreciate you. So thank you for everybody that has joined us. Also, I want to thank Star Trek Rich and the Weberized crew, man. Always holding it down here in the real way. Go to weberized.com if you have podcast ideas. They are the experts on that. So definitely hook them up, check them out. And I want to thank everybody who is a reoccurring sponsor and member of the channel as well. We definitely are working on some membership perks coming up, and there'll definitely be some rap parties happening. We got about 2 more weeks left in the season. And so we'll be talking about a lot of those things and what's going to happen for next season. Season 4 is all we already kind of know. We're going to be talking about financial literacy in a big, big way in season 4. So we're gearing up for all of that and all the new changes and all the things that's happening. So thanks for joining us and staying in there with us. And we'll definitely see you soon. So just take care of yourselves and have a good weekend. Chill out, Don't do too much. Don't hurt yourself. COVID is still going on, so wear your mask. There's a lot of organizations that are back to mask wearing again because it's happening. It's out there, and it's not as potent as it was last year, but it's still out there and could affect you. So be safe, and everybody take care of yourself. Wash your hands. Wear your mask. 6 feet. All that good stuff. Still there, man. We still got to do it. That's all there is to it. Take care. Have a good one. Peace.
Peace.
By the way, Vanglorious. This is protected by the red, the black, and the green. At the crossroad, with the key.
By any means